So if we go back beginning, I draw this diagram. Node 1, node 2, and then that will be having your disks. The disk will be attached to this both the server. So these are the shared disk. Using this disk, we created as a ASM storage. We given a name called OCR. Maybe tomorrow we'll use this disk 2 and disk 3. This is of 3 GB, this is a 20 GB, and this is a 10 GB. So we use these two disks for tomorrow for database installation. And with the ASM storage, we created as a OCR with that 3 GB disk. So and then your ASM1 and ASM2 got created. So this ASM1 and ASM2 will manage this ASM storage, the OCR disk group what we created, and that OCR disk group is of 3 GB. So tomorrow we'll create another disk group, ASM disk group here. With this 20 GB, we create it as a data disk group. With this 10 GB, we create it as a record disk group. Again, these are your ASM storage names. You can give whatever you want. So where we can create my DevDB instance 1, DevDB instance 2, and then we'll keep that database, DevDB 1, DevDB 2 database in this two data disk group under this record and data disk group. So that's a quick diagram here. If I quickly show that one, my ASM1 is running here and my ASM2 is running over here. That's your instance. If I log into my Oracle user and then set the environment variable to ASM1 dot .env plus ASM1 and then my ASM home env grep aura. So my plus ASM Oracle base, Oracle home is my grid home. I'll connect SQL plus /s sys ASM. So we'll talk about this all sys ASM, sys DBA connector and all in tomorrow's session. But just I wanted to show that select instance underscore name from $, instance. So it's a plus ASM1. Similarly, go to second node, log into Oracle user dot .env and plus ASM2. And then my ASM home is user on app 19c grid env grep capital wala plus ASM2 Oracle base and your grid home SQL plus /s sys ASM. So again, same select instance underscore name from with other instance. That will be a plus ASM2 on node 2 and it will be a plus ASM1 on node 1. So that is your ASM instance, how we connect this ASM instance 1 and this ASM instance 2. So these two ASM instance 1 and 2 will manage your ASM storage. Where is that ASM storage? That's a 3 GB storage OCR what we created. For that, we're going to use ASM cmd-p. So with that, we're going to run something called lsdg. Right? lsdg is a list disk group. So this is my OCR disk group, which is of 3 GB in size. And then if I do lsdsk, that's your list disk. We use this ASM disk one, and then we created this OCR disk group. That's ASM storage. Tomorrow we'll use the another two disk, ASM disk 2 and ASM disk 3, and we create this another two more storage, ASM storage, data and reco. That's ASM disk group or ASM storage. This all storage is managed by these ASM instances, which are running on that. Right. And then now if I quickly do CRCTL, again, I'll talk about this ASM CMD and this CRCTL tools and all tomorrow. but I just wanted to show how it looks. CRCTL stat resource hyphen T hyphen init on the node 1. So these all are your cluster resource on node 1. ASM, interconnect, CRF, CRSD, CSSD, CSSD monitor, CTSSD, diskmon, EVMD, GIPCD, GPNPD, MDNSD storage. Same command if I run it on the second node also has its own cluster resources. ASM, cluster interconnect, CRSD, CSSD, CSSD monitor. So these are the one which will communicate each other and then form your cluster. It's a two node cluster. Now these two node clusters are communicating each other and then they're in sync. And if there's any issue or any communication break between them, and then node will be get evicted. The node will go for reboot. Again, as part of our cluster startup sequence, we'll talk about all this. What are these cluster resource? What they will do? What this CSST will do? What this CTSST will do? What this EVMD will do? What this CRSD will do? What this GIPCD, GPNPD? Each of these cluster resource has its own task to perform to build this two node cluster. We'll go and then take a look in more details. So if you do the same command csttl stat resource hyphen t hyphen init, which will give you the node 1, node 2 specific cluster resource. If I remove that init, it's going to give me entire cluster details, node 1 and node 2 together. So local resource on node 1, we have the listener, that's a grid listener on node 1 and node 2. CHAD, node 1 and node 2, health monitor, network, node 1 and node 2, ONS, Oracle Notification Service, node 1 and node 2. Your ASM net listener, that's for your flex cluster, 1 and 2. So it's a third instance it is looking. It's a kind of a flex configuration which came in. So we don't have a third node. We have only node 1 and 2. That's expected one. You can ignore that. Your scan 1, scan 2, scan 3, three scan listener because we have given a three scan VIPs. So those are here. Scan 1, scan 2, scan 3. These are the three scan VIPs what we defined in our DNS. Because of the three scan VIPs, there are three scan listeners. And they can run it on any node. You can see here scan 1 is running on node 2, scan 2 and 3 are running on node 1. It may change anywhere. The listeners and VIP can run any node. And then at the same time, we have this node 1 VIP, node 2 VIP, node 1 VIP running on node 1, node 2 VIP running on node 2. And then we have this OCR disk group, what we created, OCR disk group, so running on node 1 and 2. Again, we'll talk more on that. So OCR DG stands for disk group, and this LSNR stands for listener, and this dot VIP stands for VIP, and then similarly dot network is stands for network, dot LSNR is for your listener. So we have different naming conventions. We'll explore more on that maybe tomorrow and maybe next week when we start with the admin activities. So same command, if you run it on the second node also, same output. Same listener, CHAD, network, ONS, listeners, scan.